Meanwhile, President Biden and former President Trump both making trips to the Texas border this week, same day. Trump will head to Eagle Pass, where there is a problem, as Biden visits Brownsville. Our next guest is a Brownsville resident who shares this shocking video and so much more, which he says is a drug cartel, drug drop being made right in broad daylight. Deborah Bell joins us right now. Deborah, nice to see you. Is it going to be great to see the president?
Thanks for having me, Brian. I think absolutely the opposite. As soon as that article published yesterday on Fox News, I had a multitude of messages saying, why is Biden coming to Brownsville? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Why is he coming? Can we protest? People are not happy that he is choosing right now, of all times, to come to Brownsville. So
right now, Bill Maloogian says crossings are down. 150, 250 a day, which might be high, but considering what else is going on the border, they're down 23%. Why do you think he'd go to a place where the crossings are down?
Crossings are down, but voting numbers are up, and people are not happy down here. In the past 8 years, we've had the highest Republican turnout show up in Cameron County. We've had some really great grassroots movement here. And I think the nation is taking notice. We just had Franklin Graham here over the weekend that drew a crowd of almost 4,000 people in Brownsville alone, spreading the message of hope. And then, of course, his tour was focused on the border. We have Eduardo Versteeghi coming in on Friday, another conservative advocate. And I think Biden's taken notice that the trend down here is shifting, and people are very unhappy with what's going on.
You said there's actually a fence.
Especially when you see in that video.
Right, and the video that you provided is very telling. And you said, they actually have a fence that gets opened up to allow these people to come in and drugs to get across.
That is true. So we've got, I have a resident in an area in Southmost Brownsville that sent me a video, very unhappy. You see these people, the immigrants lined up on the other side, which is the American side still. But nevertheless, we have a wall there built to deter them. And when the federal government comes to pick them up, they enter the passcode and open the fence and then load them on the buses and take them to the nearest processing center. It doesn't make logical sense.
But what do you think he will see? Because if Border Patrol tells him the truth to his face, he'll be talking about the worst border in American history in a state that's paid the bigger price than any in the country. Do you think he's going to get that truth? Because he didn't get it last time.
Absolutely not. Everybody's talking, and I mean everybody, the residents, the agents, everybody's talking about how this is going to be a dog and pony show. He's coming at a wonderful time. We're in the middle of a Charo Days festival, which is a celebration between Matamoros, Mexico and Brownsville, Texas. And so things are going to look nice. The downtown area is already cleaned up, roped off. We're getting ready to have some really great parades and some real cultural celebration going on here. So things are already going to look nice. But whatever needs to be fixed will be fixed, obviously, for President Biden. And let's say if it wasn't fixed, he doesn't care anyways. He knows exactly what he's done to our country, and he's just coming to survey his damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's caught him by surprise as 71% of the American public look at it as a very serious problem, and 53% say now build the wall. I didn't think anybody could get the country to agree on so much so soon, but I salute you, Joe Biden. I appreciate it, and good luck, and I can't wait to see how his visit to your city of Brownsville goes. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.